What's going on, people? It's the mayor here.
Alright, cool. You remember my face, so it's Luke here again.
Yeah, so we have another vlog, and I'm gonna let Luke introduce this one, seeing as how he's the one that basically brought it to my attention. Yeah, I'm saying, and this is something that I've been seeing in social media, but I haven't really had a chance to address it, because when you're doing your own thing, you don't really get influenced by what certain medias has to put out there. So I'm gonna let Luke introduce this one.
So basically, this may be a bit controversial, but something that I like. So the title is Ebola, of course. Now, I was chilling with a friend of mine and we was talking about it, and we thought to ourselves, hold on a second, don't you think it's a bit odd and strange that Ebola apparently has a release date of when it's going to join or enter this country and going to leave this country? Now, this isn't a concert. Like, this isn't a football January transfer window where it starts a day and finishes on the 30th of January. Like, this is a disease. Now, I want to know, how does it have a release date and a leaving date? Like, that don't make sense to me. So everyone knows here that Ebola has been around here for like 40 years apparently. So if that's the case, wouldn't we all have had it? Not only that, apparently they're blaming Africa, that they're what do you say,
That it's solely on the purpose of individuals eating bushmeat. And this is, it's debatable, because if it's down to Africa, simply of the way it is third world territory, and it's for individuals eating bushmeat and doing unhygienic things with animals, then one would have to question, if that's the case, who put him in that position and who's sort of keeping him in that position. With this whole Ebola thing, people, my personal opinion is it's no more of a scare tactic than the war in the Middle East. I mean, me myself, I love Africa. Me personally, I've been to Africa, and if I didn't go to Africa, then the stigma of they're all barbarians and they do this and they do that, a portion of it wouldn't have been unlocked in my mind. I don't have to deal with it now because I know it's not true. And I feel like when it comes to Ebola, I feel like we're getting a lot of bullshit. And that's really it. With me personally, I think we're just getting a lot of bullshit. I mean, in regards to a release date, I just happened to glimpse through BBC Parliament, and I'm hearing this person, part of the UN, basically telling you that they're losing the race against Ebola. And this sounded like a narrative. It sounded like he wrote it down, and this is his personal conversation to Ebola, like, you're in front of me and I'm not catching up to you. This is what he's presenting to the people. So my view is whenever you hear something on the news regarding to Ebola or regarding to any other so-called disease that needs cure, that they can give you a vaccine for, I advise individuals to take a look in the mirror and really ask yourself, is this for me? Do I really need it? And what is reality? What is reality? Like, what makes a news broadcast on the television different from a drama? That's me personally. Ebola, I'm seeing a lot of people who look like they have the symptoms of Ebola right now.
For real. Well, you know what, yeah? Back to the bushmeat thing, because that's actually quite interesting. With the bushmeat thing, ain't there something as mad cow disease? So if there's mad cow disease here, and that was cured, why is there not a cure here for this Ebola thing? Not only that, yeah, if it was bushmeat, do we not get bushmeat transported to this country and it's being used in McDonald's, KFC. So what? Shouldn't we be having it now?
Well, I think it goes back to the when they was talking about horses. How some people could be consuming horses and they don't even know about it. I mean, these are the things that I personally believe that we don't really take a look at, and it goes down to being a good human being and not being confined to society, because if you fall in with society, then you don't have the habit of checking the labels, and where we come from, you have to check the labels, otherwise you can be eating a whole bunch of mess. And I feel like individuals who will catch Ebola, it's not going to be of any airborne virus. I feel as if you're going to be conned into thinking that Ebola is something that you have to fear, and they're going to say, hey, take this vaccine, and people are going to take the vaccine
because they want to be cured.
But I want to let people know that through my personal research, the money is not in the cure, it's in the medicine. You know what I'm saying? So all this ALS challenge, I'm not dumping the water over my head. You know what I'm saying? The ALS challenge reminds me of slavery. Anyone that really does the history knows what I'm talking about. But Ebola right now is a delicate topic. It is a very delicate topic. But I'll tell, especially those of African descent, it's time for you to back Africa. Yeah, I'm saying it's time for you to really stand up and defend the individuals that's down there, because like they need the help, and you can't rely on Oxfam and the Red Cross to provide that help to Africa. They are part of the reason why Africa is the way it is. They are the first. Never the first. They are the descendants of the missionaries. They just changed the word from missionaries to charity.
Speaking of the Red Cross, like I sent you the link earlier on this morning. There's going to be a link at the end of this video. There's going to be a link at the bottom of an article that a girl gave to me on Twitter that I was speaking to earlier, and we was talking about it actually, and she was saying the same thing about release dates and all of that, and we just came to the decision that, can't lie, we felt that it was the country school behind this. So she sent me a link, and I read it, and I thought, raw, I want to share this link to everybody that's watching this video, and also they can get a clearer insight on like behind Africa, and what that person is talking about and what the British are doing to their country. So I want you guys to read it. If you agree, then fair enough. If you disagree, then fair enough, that's your opinion. But I, for one, I found it funny. I swear a British person caught Ebola and they got cured.
Oh yeah, that's another one of the methods of propaganda. And the funny thing about it is they are using European subjects for this propaganda. I mean, to say that the European people are catching Ebola, but there's a cure for them. Some black people are really ignorant, and they don't really love themselves. So the moment they see a white person cured of Ebola, they're not gonna go get the vaccine when they get Ebola. They're gonna run out and just get it free. All it takes is for the NHS or any of these governing bodies to say, hey, it's free. The moment they say it's free, then a whole bunch of people are gonna get their freedom. You know what I'm saying? And I myself understand what's really, really going on. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Ebola, I just want to let the people know that those who research have nothing to fear. Those who know how to read have nothing to fear. Those who really love themselves, love the people that they're around, they have nothing to fear. And that's what we need to tell the children, because we're coming up in a world full of fear and fear tactics and agony. And if you keep your eyes glued to the television 24 hours a day, then you're a subject of the propaganda. So I'm never going to say don't watch the television, because I think these youths need to know what television is, what it takes. Just like how you take your child to the park, that's parental guidance.
Yeah.
If your child's watching something, it's parental guidance, you know what I'm saying? And individuals don't know how to break down what's going on around the world to their children. Who knows how to talk about Ebola to their child?
Even children nowadays are growing up a bit too fast.
Yeah.
they're being subjected to the world a bit too much.
They are.
They're not acting their age, and they're growing up a bit too much. Like, be 6, like, don't be acting 12. You get me?
And this is all from Ebola, my people. Because you don't want to keep this long, I myself is making moves. Luke?
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. I think, yeah, back to what you were saying about Africans needed to back their country, and I just think black people as a whole need to be supporting our own and backing our own, regardless if you're from Africa or not. Because even if you're Caribbean, like the both of us, you know, ancestries, we're all from Africa, so you're gonna want to support your blacks. You're gonna want to support your Africans. Seeing too many people on Twitter making joke about Ebola, and for retweets, and that's not something to joke about, because at the end of the day, that's your ancestry. That's still your people. You get me?
I mean, I think my conclusion to it is, so much in our generation don't understand about their story. You know what I'm saying? They're still out there trying to get a glimpse of another man's story, and he told you this is Caribbean descent, but it shows you how far we travelled from Africa. It's a journey that we've taken, and parts of our journey hasn't been good, but the whole point here is to get educated, get what we need to go back home and do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Because people think that you can be on British soil forever. You know what I'm saying? Your houses are built on floodplains. You know what I'm saying? So you need to think about what you really want to do for the future. That's your children. But again, the teaching starts in the home. We're not going to keep this up. We're going to wrap this up. Until next time, I'm the mayor, and this is Luke, Union Hugh, signing out.